Hi there, my name is Danny Tamburino and I'm the president and one of the co-founders of Optimum Accessory Dwelling Units. It's great to be here with you today and thanks for joining us. We here at Optimum Accessory Dwelling Units are all about helping people create positive cash flow through secondary suite development. We not only specialize in building accessory dwelling units, we have developed a proven system on how to properly design, build, and budget ADUs for optimum investment potential. Today, we will be continuing our series on the secondary suite design guide for the City of Edmonton, and we will be talking about the importance of exterior access and egress planning. We will give you an overview of what the term egress means and help you understand why egress planning is of importance when developing a secondary suite. We will also talk about egress windows and give you valuable information on what constitutes a proper egress window. For the benefit of those who may be tuning into this series for the first time, I'd like to do a quick review. Our series is about secondary suites and the City of Edmonton's design guide for the development of these suites. A secondary suite is simply a separate dwelling located inside a single detached house, semi-detached house, duplex house, or even a row house with its own cooking, sleeping, and bathroom facilities. These suites are typically basement suites, but they can also be garden suites or garages with suites above, also known as accessory dwelling units. Secondary suites must have a separate entrance from the rest of the home and can be created through the conversion or development of a basement or other interior space. Today's topic addresses why the City of Edmonton has included in their design guide a need for exterior access and egress planning. There's no better policy in society than pursuing the health and safety of its people. This is a quote from Ralph Nader, and I wanted to share it with you because it speaks volumes about our topic today. It's all about safety when it comes to egress. Egress is another word for exit and is used in building code to refer to the means by which somebody can exit a building. For example, a fire escape is defined as a means of egress because that's how somebody can get out of a building if there was an emergency. On page 3 of the secondary suite design guide for the City of Edmonton, under the heading Exterior Access and Egress Planning, it reads like this. A means of egress is the route from anywhere in a building to the exterior ground level and from there to a safe place such as a public roadway. It then goes on to say that where a secondary suite cannot be accessed by emergency responders, such as fire or ambulance, through the principal dwelling main door, ensure an exterior 1100 millimeters or 3 feet 7 inches clear width path is available from the street to the suite entrance door. Any gate along this path must be non-locking and capable of opening to 900 millimeters or 3 feet. You can see this on the diagrams which they provide. What they are saying is that there is a minimum requirement for gates and pathways to the only entrance or exit of the secondary suite. This is to allow emergency responders to either enter or exit the home, as well as to allow the occupants of the home to make a safe exit from their secondary suite in the event of an emergency. They then go on to give you different scenarios and diagrams as to when you will need to have either stairwells, landings, or doorways protected from windows of the principal dwelling, if there is no alternate means of egress from a secondary suite. They discuss things like wire windows, minimum height restrictions, and maximum width and height restrictions. For the purposes of today, we will not go into any further detail with these items mentioned because they are specific to situations that are not common. If you need help with these, feel free to send us an email or call our office and one of our specialists will be glad to help you out. At the bottom of page 4 of the secondary suite guideline for the City of Edmonton, under the heading Interior Access and Egress for a Secondary Suite, it states that the access and exit from each dwelling may not be through the other dwelling or through a service room. This is regarding interior movement. All rooms that make up a secondary suite are to be contained within the suite and not accessed by moving through common areas or the principal dwelling. This is very straightforward and self-explanatory. It goes on to state that you must ensure any hall, corridor, or passageway within a suite or in the common space is to be unobstructed with a clear width of equal to or greater than 860 millimeters or 34 inches. Plainly stated, it gives a minimum hallway, corridor, or passageway width of 860 millimeters or 34 inches. Point number 2 talks about height restrictions and reads like this. Ensure that unobstructed clear height of the walking surface leading to the exterior, including over the stairs, should be equal to or greater than 1.9 meters or approximately 6 feet 6 inches. Except that the clear height may be equal to or greater than 1.85 meters or 6 feet and 1 inch under beams or ductwork, and an obstruction is anything projecting into required minimum provision. Once again, simply stated, the minimum height of hallways and stairwells is to be 6 feet 5 inches, except under beams and ductwork, where the minimum height restriction is lowered to 6 feet 1 inch. Point number 3 talks about egress door dimensions and reads as such. Ensure that any doorway providing access to exit and exit from a secondary suite is equal to or greater than 1,980 millimeters or 78 inches, or equal to or greater than 810 millimeters or 32 inches wide and may swing inward. So the minimum door size for any hallway, corridor, or passageway must be a minimum of 32 inches wide and 78 inches high. Moving on to egress windows. A basement emergency exit normally comes in the form of egress windows. These are large windows that can be opened up to allow people in the basement to easily get out and allow firefighters in. Because many house fires begin in the basement, laws in almost every part of the country require these windows in finished basement bedrooms, and you can face serious fines and penalties if they're not installed to code. On page 5 of the Secondary Suite Design Guide for the City of Edmonton, under the heading Egress from Sleeping Rooms, or in layman's terms, bedrooms, it reads like this. Every room intended for sleeping in an unsprinklered building requires emergency egress. A door to the exterior or egress window with the following characteristics. The window must be openable from the inside without removing sashes or any hardware and without keys, tools, or special knowledge. Any security bars and exterior protective cover must open from inside without keys, tools, or special knowledge. The window has to remain open on its own and have an unobstructed area equal to or greater than 3.77 square feet, with any or all dimensions equal to or greater than 15 inches. And any window well must extend 30 inches ahead of the window or outward swinging sash. Once again, this is all for the purposes of exiting the suite in case of an emergency. Typically, basement suite windows are above 1.5 meters from the floor, so it is wise to have a step of some sort stored nearby or have a built-in step or box installed under the window to assist in reaching the height of the window in order to exit. Although egress windows are mainly for safety and provide a way out of the basement should there be a fire or other emergency, they do have other benefits as well. Oftentimes, the return on investment alone is enough for homeowners to add new energy-efficient windows in the basement. However, increasing your home's value isn't the only benefit to installing egress windows. Installing new egress windows in your basement can help lower heating and cooling costs and can also help homeowners maintain constant temperatures in basement developments. These new windows have the potential to bring in a lot of extra airflow and natural light to the area. This addition of ventilation and light makes living space that much more desirable. Not only do egress windows allow for natural light to enter, but the windows also allow for natural, clean air to enter the basement when the windows are open. We understand that this information is quite technical and extensive, but we believe it is very important to your secondary suite development and should be handled with great care. If you get these areas of technicality wrong during the course of construction, or you miss them altogether, you could spend countless hours and potentially a lot of money trying to rectify these mistakes. We at Optimum ADU can save you the money and the headache by allowing us to guide you through the process of secondary suite development. Remember, this is our specialty, and we would love to be your optimum choice on your next accessory dwelling unit project. My name is Danny Tamburino. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.